Alright, so what I want to do today is I want to try and get this board back into a skatable condition. We're going to need to clean out some room. So the biggest challenge with this is going to be to really clean brake. Much layering to the brake, so there's not much to sandwich. It's almost just going to be a butt match, and we're just going to, I've got a couple ideas in mind, but I don't know. First thing I want to do is I want to get the grip tape back off. Just heating it up. That took way too long to get the grip tape off. I've went ahead and lined it back up, cleaned out as much of the frayed pieces that are loose as possible. That way it'll sandwich back together. And next thing to do, I'm going to make a fiberglass paste. So for this I'm going to use the coarse mesh of fiberglass. Just going to take a little bit to them. Just going to kind of rip it up. Add you some resin. Ooh. I don't know if this stuff's any good anymore. We're going to try it. Fuck it. Now for your hardener, pretty cold, so I'm just going to add, just going to put a lot in there. Alright, so since the time that I had started this project, I've broke off my ankle. I'm about 3 weeks into the recovery, 3 weeks and a couple of days. It's starting to feel pretty good. So I want to finish this so I'll be able to skate it next opportunity I get to skate. It's been raining like crazy and it's like 30 degrees outside, so I'm not sure when that's going to be. And just a couple days ago, I don't know how well you can see, but I also broke my finger. Got it slammed in a door. That's, I guess, just the way it is. I don't know. I'm going to wear a particle respirator. You're going to want baby powder. I use the cornstarch because I don't like talc. Some gloves. And I got a paint suit for extra protection. Because when you're sanding this, the fiberglass, when it turns into tiny little particles, will sit in your pores and then will itch like crazy, and it'll be that way for several days. You have to take cold showers and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you a couple little tips and tricks to help you with fiberglass too. That's really where this is going to come into play. You want to take your baby powder and really just liberally coat yourself with it. Paint suit, if you've got one, you can find them at PPG's. It's actually what this is. You can find, I think you can find them at Home Depot and other hardware stores like that. Personally, I wish this one had a hood, and I don't have a head condom, so I'm just going to kind of have to deal with it up here. You know, it is what it is, I guess. Just a little bit of tape. And I'm just going to kind of tape that down right here. I pulled the glove over top of the sleeve. Not too tight. You don't want to cut your circulation off, but just make sure that it's, you know, holding. I'm going to put this on in a second. I'm going to grab some of the other tools we're going to need. I may have to use my body file. I'd rather use my DA, but I don't have a whole lot of DA paper. I think I have like one. Can you see that? I'm going to turn the heater back on. It's like 35 degrees in here. When I'm doing all that, I'm going to turn the volume down. I may have to voice record over this because I have the dust case over top of the camera. Found an old piece of 80. I'm going to try that. See how long that works. I wish I had more 80. If you ever worked with me, you know that I love my 80, especially if you've ever painted any of my stuff. Let's see. I think this is a little bit of 180. I do have an interface pad. I may use the interface pad when finishing. What do we got here? Another sheet of 180. So maybe this is enough. Maybe it's not. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out. Turn the air on. It's gonna get loud. There it goes. It's freezing outside. Freezing. All right, so I'm gonna start with my 80 and then move up to 180. I want to get all of the chunks from where we clamped it in our clamp. Sorry about that. The camera died and I didn't know it. I kept going. So essentially, we put all of our resin, we put it in between the crack, sandwiched it back together, and then I used a couple paint sticks to brace it on both sides, and then put it in, let's see, that vise right about there, over here. Let it sit overnight. And so now we're going to see how much we can get done on this one. I don't want to cut any more of the video out of actual work, so we may just do one side at a time. So I'm going to sand it all down and then lay a sheet of fiberglass over it, and then do the same process to the other side.